Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out my latest video. Now, this video is going to be talking about the matchup between Gennady Triple G Golovkin versus Martin Murray in a 160-pound middleweight division. Now, I'm personally very excited for this fight. Gennady Golovkin is one of the most exciting fighters in the sport of boxing, and Martin Murray is a legitimate 160-pound threat. So this is going to be an interesting fight, and I definitely believe Martin Murray deserves this fight. And good boy season is finally in effect, and I cannot wait. Now, I'm going to get more into Martin Murray later on in the video, but first let me talk about one of the most exciting boxers in the sport today, which would be Gennady Golovkin. Now, when I look at Gennady Golovkin, I see a guy with an excellent amateur pedigree, 345 victories and 5 defeats. He is going for his 19th consecutive stoppage victory. And when I look at the skills that Gennady Golovkin brings into the ring, I see a guy with a nice power jab. He's a vicious puncher. Left hook to the head is violent. Also, he'll set up shots upstairs and then hit you with that left hook to the body. You've seen him take out Matthew Macklin with that, and his ability to cut off the ring is outstanding and really a key tool in his game. And under Abel Sanchez, he's been very focused for his fights. He's been very active, and they have a good group of fighters up there. And shout out to Julius Jackson. He's out there again sparring with Gennady Golovkin, and he's a guy definitely to watch in the future. You know he's a tough guy. He's sparred multiple camps with Golovkin, so shout out to him and definitely a guy to watch in the future. Now, when I look at Martin Murray going into this fight, this is not new for him. In his career, he has been the underdog many times. In his fight against Felix Sturm, he was an underdog, and he ended up fighting to a draw. And throughout that fight, he showed why he's a top-tier middleweight. When I look at Murray fight, I see a guy who is extremely durable. He's never been stopped in his career. I see a guy who's physically a very strong 160-pounder. And when he gets on the inside, he likes to throw uppercuts, and he likes to do a lot of his work off his jab. Also, he's got pop in his right hand. You saw him drop Sergio Martinez if you've ever seen that fight. And that was another impressive showing for Martin Murray. He was a big underdog going into Sergio Martinez's hometown in Argentina. Ends up losing the fight, but a lot of people, including myself, thought he won that fight. So he's very game, and he's been against the top-tier opponents in the middleweight division. So this stage should not faze him whatsoever, and that is something that he has going to his advantage. Also, another thing, when you watch Martin Murray, which I think is going to hurt him in this fight, he has a high guard. And I think that Gennady Golovkin is going to exploit that in this fight. Look for Golovkin to land those vicious body blows on him. Due to the guard of Murray, it's going to be easier than usual. Also, I expect Gennady Golovkin to land one of his underrated punches, which would be an uppercut into the guard of Martin Murray. Just the way he sets his hands, that will be open. He kind of leans forward. So look for Gennady Golovkin to possibly hurt Martin Murray with that punch. Now, what does Martin Murray need to do to have a chance to win this fight against Golovkin? Well, he needs to get off to a quick start. In some of his fights, he's a slow starter. That cannot happen in this fight. If he starts off slow, he is going to get stopped by Gennady Golovkin early. Now, he could make an interesting fight if he works off his jab and he tries to back Gennady Golovkin up and really, just be active. I think is going to be his biggest tool to try to defeat Gennady Golovkin. If he's not active, he has no chance in this fight. But Murray is a guy who's durable, so throw a lot of punches. Try to get Gennady Golovkin off his game. I think that's really his only chance he has in this fight. But very game fighter. You could argue that he could be undefeated, and he definitely deserves a shot at Gennady Golovkin. And Martin Murray can give a lot of guys in the 160-pound division trouble. My opinion, no question that he's a top 3 or top 5 in the division. Very game guy. Also, he doesn't have a ton of KOs on his record, but if he hits you flush, he does have some power. I'd recommend, if you guys haven't seen Martin Murray, go back and look at the Sergio Martinez fight and also the Felix Sturm fight. You guys will be impressed by the Felix Sturm fight. Although Martin Murray did get rocked in the later round of that fight, nonetheless, impressive performance. And this is why I'm looking forward to this fight, because boxing fans know Martin Murray is legit. So when Gennady Golovkin stops him, which I believe he will in the later rounds, via body shot or uppercut, another impressive win under Gennady Golovkin's really skill set, and underneath his legacy in the sport of boxing, he just continues clearing out the 160-pound division. Now, let me know who you guys want to see Gennady Golovkin fight after this matchup. I just want to know who you guys want to think. Most people are going to be saying Andre Ward. The only thing I have to say about that is if you're going to bring up Andre Ward and people are saying that Golovkin is ducking him, um, I also want you guys to be calling for Kovalev to fight Andre Ward as well, then, because I don't hear any talk of Andre Ward moving up a division to fight Kovalev, but yet GGG is being hounded by some fans to move up and fight Andre Ward. So there's kind of a double standard in that regard. I have a lot of respect for Andre Ward. Gennady Golovkin as well. Be a great fight down the road. I definitely see a couple more fights out 160 pounds. Look for David Lemieux in the future versus Gennady Golovkin. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning into the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you already haven't, and thank you.